Okay, so some crazy lady thought I was filming her and then decided to try and cause a confrontation, but it's like, why the hell would I want to film a random person anyways? Like, seriously. It's like, how psycho or conceited do you have to be to think that I have an interest in filming some random stranger? Okay. So this is the campus. People are fucking weird nowadays. That's what I was talking about earlier. This is bizarre. It's weird too. It's like I was walking away. She's like, "Well, if you got my legs, that's fine, but I don't want my face on there." I'm like, "Why would I post it anywhere? I don't know you. I have no interest in that." But yet at the same time, why are your legs okay but your face isn't? Are you like in some kind of witness protection program, or she's probably just some weird vain lady? Weirdness abounds nowadays. And even if I had gotten her, it would have been an angle shot. Because obviously while you're watching this video, you can kind of tell as it's coming down the campus and now down the hill. People are weird. So this is the quad. There's the Student Union building. Try not to focus too much on it because there's people and they act weird, like we just experienced. That's the first one for me. I don't do a lot of filming, so I guess that's kind of a new thing. I guess that's how some people feel. I mean, obviously I'd feel kind of inconspicuous, but I wouldn't care too much. You know, I guess it kind of makes sense how you wouldn't want to be on camera, but like I said, it's not like I was pointing it even at her, really. Just walking past her. I love terrorism, or whatever the hell it is that makes people so weird. Come to think of it, it probably looks strange, some guy walking around talking to himself into a camera. But you know what? Fuck it. I don't care what people think. I want a video recording of my college experience. Or at the very least, the college where I went to school, even though there's no one here right now. That's another thing. It's like fucking 8 o'clock at night. There's not even any people here. It'd be even stranger if it was like middle of the day, I guess. But people always ruin everything with their preconceived conceptions, ideas about things. Well, lack of thinking, I guess. Emotional, impulsive reactions. She didn't seem that intelligent either. What's weird is when I talked to her, she even seemed friendly afterwards. It's like, you know, you can watch for 18 minutes. I'm not really sure how to fast forward. I haven't used this camera in a year. But if you want to sit here for 18 minutes, she's like, not really. Just don't put me on like YouTube or something. I'm like, yeah, I won't. I don't know you, crazy lady. I don't care. Interesting graffiti. I'm probably a weirdo anyways, I always have been. That's why I tend to keep to myself. Whether I'm walled off or... In fact, actually, believe it or not, I'm actually more socially appropriate walled off emotionally. That's why I tend to stay that way, but you don't really live life that way, so I've decided to say fuck it to what other people think and just be my weird self. If I want to take a fucking video recording of my campus, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm a strange person. I always have been. I'd rather embrace it than care what some idiot people think. Let's face it, they're not that bright anyways. Especially in this town, like I was saying earlier. 2 things matter in this town. Drugs, pregnancy. It's fucking it, that's all there is. Stupid dumbass potheads who think they're hot shit because they smoke pot and they're rebelling against the Mormon status quo. And sluts. It's pretty much mostly all there is, you know, that and old people. I guess that's probably not very different than anywhere else in the world. The faces may change, but the rules stay the same. Young kids rebelling against the status quo. Doing stupid shit. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not with the status quo. I hate obnoxious Mormons just as much as anybody. But, I mean, there's got to be better ways you can rebel than smoking pot and having sex with billions of people. Like fucking, I don't know, be yourself. Focusing on the sidewalk so people don't get weird. I think most people will be fine. It's just like some people. Most people actually have a life and don't really care, which is good. It's a hotel I applied for a job at. Didn't get it though. Weird, even though I have experience. Here is one of the older buildings in town. Or on campus, actually. It's called Gravely Hall. It's been around since, I believe, the 30s. No, it's not Gravely, I'm sorry, it's Fraser Hall. Gravely is the one that was built in 1933 to be used as a dormitory for Air Force cadets during World War II, which was coming up within like the next year and a half. So this is Fraser Hall. Note the crenellations, lack thereof. What I was really going to say is the Tuscan columns. And the cartouches, which are curiously empty. At one point, what the plaque says, there was actually something in the cartouches. But that was a long time ago. Embellished, see? Past tense. That's what I think. So I saw a stand-up comedian here once. It's kind of interesting. What's really fascinating about this campus is a lot of the old buildings that used to be here are no longer here. But yet there's monuments that will like mark where the entrances to these buildings were. This might be one of those. Looks like the plaque's been destroyed, and so is the monument. A little bit of iconoclasty. Not that it really, I don't know why, but could have been vandalism or just time, who knows. This place is not exactly the highest ranking school in the nation. It's Fraser Hall. 1924, actually before Gravely Hall, which was actually named after Lottie M. Gravely, who was, I believe, the first woman elected to the Idaho State Board of Education. So kind of a historic, kind of cool thing there. Igneous rock, lava rock. These really foul-smelling white blossoms. I think they're cherry blossoms, but I'm not sure. I have them all over campus and they smell awful. Imagine that, a flower that smells terrible. But they do. They stink up the whole campus. Kind of reminds me of that corpse flower that exists in Latin America. Here's the Physical Sciences building. More sidewalk. And I think I'm going to kind of leave it at that, probably. I don't want to deal with another bullshit thing where someone harasses me for accidentally getting them in the shot. So at the end of this sidewalk, I'll call it an evening. At least for the camera. But it's been kind of cool. I wonder if this footage will last 20 years. Probably not, with the way data decompresses and, well, degrades over time. I mean, some of the digital photos I've taken just 3 years ago look like horrible crap now. There's definitely something to be said for the old ways of taking film and photographs. They last longer. And that's to even say that we'll have things that can read this file format later on. It's like MP4, I think, or an MPEG. So, there you go. Idaho State University History Walk. And there's the Physical Sciences building. And there's a street. Street. And a street. I feel so alone. But it won't last forever. Not even close. I had the Spirit just testify to me. Talk to you later, e-journal. Peace.